नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूं आपका केजे राव। एल्लारुक्कु वणक्कम, अंदरिकी नमस्कार। Even though I did my MBA in HR and finance, and most of the times I made my videos on HR things like what is life, how to be successful in life, some motivation videos I did. But today I have come up with the topic EPS 95. Why? Because see, in the market I have seen so many presentations, they are not giving clarity in so many things. So I want to give you a clear case study. A person starting his life from one period, ending its one period, what will be the salary, what will be the increment in the salary. This all I have studied, then I would like to present that case study in front of you. Before that, let me give you some basic things on that EPS. This EPS 95 means Employee Pension Scheme 95. Who is eligible to take part of it is someone who can be a member of that scheme is a person who has completed a 10 years of service can be a part of this scheme. So a person who has completed 10 years of service and has contributed amount towards the EPS will be part of this scheme, and he'll be getting that amount at the end of his retirement. So some basic things I would like to give you here. What is that? Suppose a person is having a basic plus DA 10,000 rupees. In this 10,000 rupees, 12%, that means 1200 rupees he has to pay towards the Employee Provident Fund. Whereas the matching amount, another 1200 rupees has to be paid by the employer towards the Provident Fund. In this, whatever the employer paying, it will be divided into two accounts. The first one is 8.33% of its basic plus DA will be going towards the EPS, what we are talking about. That means you are having a basic plus DA of suppose 10,000 rupees. In this 1200 rupees, 833 rupees will go towards this EPS. And later, this has been given some complications. Already in the case today, I'll explain everything, so it will be clear to you. The basic thing, what you understand that, first here the point you have to take is that 8.33% of your basic plus DA should go to the EPS and remaining should go to your EPF account from the employer's contribution. This is the first point you have to note. And second point, then it is going, what is the normal, everything is normal, then what is the complexity? The complexity is that in 95 till 2014, the upper ceiling of the salary was 6,500. That means even though your salary is more than 6,500, but it will be presumed that your salary is 6,500 only. Accordingly, the calculations will be done. In the year 2014, it has been enhanced and made it 15,000 rupees. But there might be people who are having salary more than 15,000 rupees, whose basic plus DA is more than 15,000 rupees. If he would like to go for the high pension scheme, there were some options were given. In the 2015, different judgments from honorable high courts, they have given stating that a person can opt for the high pension scheme by paying some 1.16 rupees additional amount, and he has to give a joint form from his employer. Well, that employer and employee should make a joint option form and submit to EPFO. These all things have come. But now why we are discussing is this: after the recent Supreme Court judgment on 4/11/2022, the Honorable Supreme Court has given a judgment on this topic stating that a person can go for high pension, a person go for the high pension, high amount of pension. But for that, what he has to do, whatever the amount which was gone to his EPF account, what was the amount which has gone to his EPF account from the employer pocket, he has to return back to the EPS. Now we have to think whether we have to withdraw that amount from the EPF account and giving to the EPS is beneficial for us or not. That is what we are going to read now. So let us start with the case study. You will have 100% clear picture what you have to do in the end of the presentation. Okay, friends. Now let me explain you all the total scenario with a case study example, which will give you 100% picture, clear picture. You will come to a decision that what to be done. Here, the case I have simulated like a person has joined in a company in the year 2010 and he'll be retiring in the year 2045. After 35 years service, he is going to retire. He has joined some company, he is going to end up with some company, no problem. But I have taken a case like this. So his basic I have taken as 8,000 rupees. Suppose a person who has started his career with a 8,000 rupees basic and 2,000 rupees DA, so that means that basic plus DA 10,000 rupees. From his pocket, he was paying 12%. 12% of 10,000 means 1,200 rupees. 1,200 rupees you are paying towards the employee provident fund. Whereas the employer also has to pay the matching amount. That means the employer also paying an amount of 1,200 rupees. But he's paying the amount to two different accounts. He's paying 8.33% towards the EPS, employee pension scheme, what we are talking about. And remaining 367 rupees he is sending toward the employee provident fund, where the already employee also depositing the amount. Up to this, it is clear, no problem. He is going as per the rule. There is a judgment stating that 8.33% has to be given by the employer towards the pension scheme. Up to that is clear, no problem. This gentleman in the year 2020, he got a promotion and pay revision, whatever it may be. Now he has a basic of 40,000 rupees and is DAing 10,000 rupees. Now he is getting total basic plus DA 50,000 rupees. In this 12%. That means 6,000 rupees he is paying from his pocket towards the employee provident fund. Whereas his employer supposed to pay 8.33%. That means 8.33% means 50,000 8.33% will comes to 4,165 rupees. It is supposed to be go to the employee pension scheme and 1835 remaining amount. The remaining amount after the EPS that should go to the employee provident fund. But it was not happening so. Why? Why? Because in the year 2014, when the court has given the judgment, they have kept an upper ceiling salary that is 15,000 rupees. That means a person who is having a salary more than 15,000, but it will be presumed that his salary is 15,000. Accordingly, the employer will be paying his amount. That means in 15,000, 8.33% means 1,250 rupees. 1,250 rupees will be going towards the employee pension scheme, and the remaining amount will be going to the EPF, Employee Provident Fund. So that time there is option was given. The option was given, and very few have opted. And that time one more clause also was there. That clause is that a person who opt for high pension scheme is supposed to give a 1.16% extra amount. But here I am not mentioning that amount. Why? Because now in the recent judgment, they clearly stated that this amount need not to be paid. That's the extra amount, 1.16%, does not have any base. So it is need not to be paid. That's what the recent judgment has been given by the Honorable Supreme Court. So, okay, what is there? The amount, the same amount was going, the employer is doing his duty. He is supposed to pay 12% of his 12% the contribution. Whatever the basic plus DA we are getting, in that 12% he has to pay to the employer towards the PF. He is doing his duty. But the problem is that if you are paying a low pension, you're opting a low pension scheme, what will be your pension? And if you're opting a high pension scheme, what will be your pension? That is the problem. Now let us see the pension formula. In the pension formula is very clearly stated that it is your pensionable salary multiplied by your service period divided by 70. So pensionable salary means what? In the recent judgment, it is clearly stated that pensionable salary means it is the last 60 months salary. That means last 5 years salary which is drawn by the employee is considered as the pensionable salary. Friends, here a very important point I am stating, you concentrate that. In this case, his pensionable salary is coming as 4 lakh rupees. And you can compare the generations. I have taken so many examples. I have taken my father, my uncles, somebody's pay slips I have observed and studied. Then I came to this conclusion. Any person who starts his career with a 10,000 basic plus DA, he will be ending up with minimum 3 lakh rupees basic plus DA. You take my words. Even that is happened because my father has joined with a salary around 500 rupees. When he retired, his salary was around 80,000 rupees. He has started his career with 500 rupees, ended up with 80,000 rupees, almost 400 times. So many examples, so many examples. One more example also I have taken. In that also, he has started his career with a salary of 700 rupees. And when he has retired, his salary was around 84,000 rupees. That means, see, on an average, a person who starts his career somewhere and ends his career will be at around 300 times of his salary. That is, take it for granted. Because in some calculations, I have seen that people stating that you have started a career with 1 lakh rupees and ended your career with 1 lakh rupees. That is the basic blunder. It's not that. See, high pension scheme is always good. But no. Applying some conditions. That conditions, what are the sacrifices you have to do. These all things I'll tell you. So let's come to this case. In this case, suppose he opts for the high pension salary, he'll be getting 2 lakh rupees per month as a pension. Otherwise, you would have got only 7,500 rupees as a pension. Okay, very good. Very high pension is coming. So one should opt for the high pension scheme. No, it is not that easy. Here, what is the sacrifice he has to do? For that, I have done some calculations, and so much of data, so much of data is there. These all data should not confuse you. On an average, let me give you the total figure. The total figure he has to sacrifice 1.6 crores. How much? An amount of 1.6 crores he has to lose from the PF account in the total 35 years. Otherwise, that 1.6 crores would have gone to his PF account. Now, you have two options. Option number one, you will be having 1.6 crores additional amount in your PF account and will be going with a pension of 7,500. Option 2, you will be having zero amount, that PF amount will be there, but this additional amount, 1.6 crores, you have to lose, but you will be having a pension of 2 lakh rupees per month till you live. Unexpectedly, something happens to you. In that case, your spouse will be getting 50%. That means she'll be getting 1 lakh rupees up to her end. This is the basic. Now let me give you the conclusions. Okay, friends, from this, let us try to draw some conclusions. The conclusion number one is that please subscribe our channel. This channel is meant for you only. In this channel, we are coming with a good tips of health and a good motivational things for the to live a good life and educational things like for your children, what could be a best college, what could be a best university to choose, how to go abroad, and all these things. We are going to do some good videos in the coming time. So these are all useful for you. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll be more benefited. Now we go to the conclusions. Conclusion is that, see, if everything goes well, opting for the high pension scheme is the best, no doubt in it. Because suppose a person, as per our case study, what we have understood that he'll be drawing a pension of 2 lakh rupees per month. 2 lakh rupees per month if he sacrifices the amount of 1.5 crores from the PF. But you take example like a person after retirement, he could survive a 15 years of life, like 75 years. Suppose he could live up to 25 years. That means 180 months. So almost like he is drawing around 3.6 crores rupees amount every month, like 180 months, 2 lakh rupees. That means 3.6 crore rupees amount he is going to draw. But if anything happens to him, his spouse could draw only 50% of it. That means she will draw only 1 lakh rupees as a basic pension. That is the thing, first of all. So who all have to opt for this? See, friends, these are all my personal suggestions. Still, you are intelligent, you use your wisdom to opt for it or not. First of all, the people who retired before 2014, please relax. You need not to do anything because this is not applicable for you. The people who retired after 2014, who is going to retire after 2014, for them, now I am going to give some suggestions. The people who have retired after 2014, before 2018, after 2014, before 2018, who have retired, kindly opt this option. One thing is clear, still you are alive. That means it's proven that, sorry, but it is a fact. So that means you can opt it. You are going to reach the break even. So this is useful for you. So now the thing is that the people who is going to retire after 2023, what to be done? The people who is going to retire after 23 and up to 26, I also suggest them to opt this option. It's one of a good option. Definitely you might have given very less amount only as your EPS by the time when you started your career. This time you will be getting a handsome amount, and already we have been to practice as a luxurious life based on your salary. So 7,500 rupees will not be a good amount, good pension. So definitely the people who is going to retire before after 2023 up to 2026, they can opt this option, what I say. Now, what of the guys who are going to retire after 2026 up to 2045, what they have to do? See, now there are multiple options of your investment. And EPFO, Employee Provident Fund Organization, which is has to implement this this pension scheme, still didn't come out with any standard dialogue or standard option form or anything. So you have to think it of. Number one. Number two, friends, I'll tell you a small story. This thing. Suppose in a mob, actually, some 100 guys were sitting at one place, and one gentleman was giving speech to them and stating that, friends, if you invest 100 rupees with me, after so much or some time period, I'll give you 200 rupees. That is what he was motivating the people and telling that I'm going to give this benefit of, if you give me 100 rupees after this much of time, I'll give you 100 rupees. And one gentleman from the mob stood that, asked that, until at least you ensure me that you are going to get 110 rupees from this 100 rupees, I am not going to give you 100 rupees. This is the fact of business. Nobody will fray from their pocket. So the fund, EPFA also will organize the fund and it will put here and there, and ultimately they have to give out of it. So nobody, no organization, nothing, nobody will give from their pocket. So until unless, well, as the example said, until unless somebody, you are sure that the person who is offering you 100 rupees, you must be sure that he should get at least 110 rupees from your 100 rupees. Then only he can offer you 100 rupees, you can take the 10 rupees for as a service charge or whatever it may be. Like it is example I am saying. Instead of that, there are options. By taking this good amount of provident fund, you can invest in different pockets and you may get a good returns. That is what I would like to say. Anyway, it's all my personal opinions. You can consult your financial advisors and other people who can give the best ideas. Anyhow, thank you all. Thank you very much for watching this video. Namaskar. मैं हूँ आपका केजे राव.